Hi, this is Larry the Barber Man of larrythebarberman.com, and today we are going to discuss how to tune your Andis T-Outliner. If you've got T-Outliners and they're not cutting the way that they should, then it's going to need a few minor adjustments in order to get them to cut correctly. Now, if this trimmer, there's clearly a problem with it, because when you turn it on, you can hear it's all rattly. If you attempt to try and cut with this blade as it is, trimmer as it is, rattling, this is not going to cut. So that suggests to me that there's something loose inside. So assuming that the blades are in line and assuming that the blades are sharp, this is what you do to actually tune the trimmer. So what we're going to do, we're going to first start by taking off the two screws here. You need a small Phillips screwdriver. What I would suggest, if you haven't got a rubber mat like this, that you carry this adjustment out with a towel. Therefore you can't lose the actual screws, which would cause you a lot of problems if you ended up losing these screws. So first, let's just talk clipper architecture. Here we have the hole in the blade which holds the tension spring. At the end of the tension spring you have a tension spring ball that goes into the cutting blade hole, which essentially helps it to move from left to right. This here is a tension spring screw which applies the tension to the spring, which ultimately holds the blade and holds the blade. If the position of the tension is in the incorrect position, despite the fact that the blades are straight and sharp, they will not cut. So it's really important that the positioning of where the tension is applied on the blade is correct. This here is the blade arm, which essentially is the arm that moves it left to right. This here is the magnetic motor that obviously moves the arm. So that's the architecture of the clipper. So straight away we can see that the position of the tension is wrong, because this is way below where it's meant to be, but I'll go into that in a second. Also, to adjust your clipper, what you'll be better off doing right from the get-go is taking out the tension spring completely. And once the tension spring screw is out completely, this tension arm needs to be adjusted to a correct position right from the beginning. So at the moment, like I said, this is way too low, so the tension is in the wrong position. So what you need is a pair of pliers. First, we need to get this tension spring so it is above the hole. That's the first thing that we need to do. So first we adjust the height. So to adjust the height from this point here, you basically get your pliers and lift it to the left. Make sure it's even and lift it to the right. So at the moment we're just a little bit too high, so if we just take it down a bit. Now we've got our position that the ball is just above the hole. It's now important that we get this ball to rest on the blade so we don't get this freedom of movement here. Yeah? So in order to get the tension spring to rest on the blade, we need to fold it, bend it at this point here. So now, nearly there. Just one more bend and we should be there. So now you can see that the ball is resting. I just want it a little bit more. The ball is actually resting on the blade. So there's a little bit of tension there, yeah? So after we've got the position, after we've got the tension spring to rest on the blade, the next thing to do is to put the tension spring screw back in. So put it in there. And basically, I want to keep screwing this screw until the tension spring ball springs into that hole. Yeah, keep screwing until it assumes this position, which is the half moon position. That is the correct position of the tension for optimum performance. If it's below this skinny half moon position, the tension will be incorrect and you're not going to get a good performance. This is the correct position. So when you've got the little half moon, you know that you're good, you know the tension's good. So when I turn it on now, you can hear that that's in the right place. All the rattling's gone. So with that done, we basically reposition our wires. Put the belly back onto the trimmer, like that. Screw this back in here. Screw this one back in here. So when we turn it on, you can hear you've got a nice purring noise, and that should be cutting beautifully now. Yeah? And I don't know if you realise, but I have an English accent. This video is being shot from London, England by Larry the Barber Man. These are American machines, so at the moment they're being powered by the Frequency60hz Converter, which allows you to basically operate any US clipper anywhere in the world seamlessly. So that's being powered from the Frequency60hz Converter. I hope you found this adjustment video helpful, and I'm sure if you carry out the adjustments as I've suggested, that the performance of your Andis T-Outliner trimmer will increase no end. If things did not make sense in terms of the architecture, if you look at the bottom of this video in the YouTube description, you'll see that I've left a link there for a PDF diagram with everything that you saw in there clearly labelled. So for now, that's Larry the Barber Man signing off. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.